I saw this and I was like, oh wow, oh my god, wow. And then I'm like, oh well, maybe that wasn't an act. Her playing the devil. Maybe she actually is magical. Because 60 years old and looking like that.
Holy hell. She's had work done.
Right?
I can tell she's had work done.
I mean, whatever work she's had done, it's good because it doesn't.
Not on her body, but definitely on her face.
Yeah.
You can tell that her
But it's not like
lips are wrong, but that's kind of about it.
Yeah.
Damn, for being 60.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Right? Like. Yeah, I'm amazed at like how when celebrities get work done and it's like not an upgrade. I mean, you can clearly tell that they've gotten work done and it doesn't even look good, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like hell, didn't Zac Efron get work done? Like, and
yes,
where
yes,
he looked
did.
just weird. Yeah. Which, like, typically you don't see men in that situation. It's more women getting the work done. That's like the bad Botox or stuff like that. I think his was Botox, right?
Something. Definitely something.
Yeah. It looked horrible. Yeah. I don't know what he looks like now, but but.
Kind of a small image.
Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah.
It's not good.
Like... I had to think about that because I'm like, wait, it's Zac Efron, right? Like, yeah, okay. I don't know, like, Zac Efron, like that age is where my, like, of actors, like that's where I start to get iffy on like who's who.
Who's who?
And then, like, I know none of the young actors. Like, I know Haley Steinfeld, like, and Stranger Things cast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen like an actual movie of her. I think we've talked about this, but I know Sydney Sweeney just because the internet. You can't escape her on the internet.
Right.
especially when she's wearing like transparent a transparent dress on at some event. Have you seen that?
No. Okay.
Like, how do you get away with that? Like, that's crazy.
She wanted attention. She got it.
I will say, I haven't seen it, and I don't really plan on seeing it. But like, her transformation for that Chrissy role or whatever is crazy. Have you seen what she looks like in that? It's like a boxing movie or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks nothing like her. I'm like, good on you. Like, taking a role where you're not just, oh, I'm the hot actress, you know, type of role. Taking an actual like role.
Well, I've also heard her called the female Jared Leto. So
I don't think that's fair. She's not ruining franchises.
Well, I mean, she's not bringing in people. She's actually keeping people away. I think that's the thing.
I mean, what all stuff has she done that's like really big, like that big, you know, compared to like Jared Leto type stuff? I feel like.
Well, apparently, like from what I heard, like her last three movies flopped.
Yeah, but I don't think they were big stuff. Like,
A flop's a flop.
I think they were small movies. Like, I do remember she was one of the people who was saying, like, with Madam Web, how she was tricked into it because she thought it was an actual Marvel movie and not a Sony Marvel movie when she signed on. And it was when she found out too late, you know. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, I could see certain actors actually getting fooled by something like that, you know.
Sure.
Because, I mean, heck, you got casual moviegoers who probably don't know the difference, you know. Yeah, but was it besides this Christie? She did a movie called Echo Valley. Never heard of that. Eden. I kind of remember hearing about that. Ron Howard film. Okay, so that's something, I guess. I don't know. Oh, she's not even top billing in that.
Her name's on the poster though.
Yeah, last though, like fifth.
It's on there.
Yeah. But that's not a Sydney Sweeney driven movie. That's what I'm saying. Like Jared Leto driven movies, you know, failing. Jude Law, Ana de Armas, Vanessa Kirby. What even is this movie? Ron Howard directed it too? What? Oh, it's like a weird shit. It's happening on an island movie. Okay.
The greatest threat isn't the brutal climate or deadly wildlife, but each other. Okay, yeah, it's one of those.
I mean, and honestly, to be fair, movies in general just aren't doing good. These, like, like
Yeah.
I saw an article like the like opening night or the preview for the Predator movie. People, they were excited and stuff like that, and then like after the weekend, they were like, "Oh, is this a flop?" I'm like, "Wait, y'all were excited about the preview numbers, and now you're saying it's gonna be a flop?" What? Was it Badlands? Yeah, which I want to see, but no, I don't want to go to the theaters. So
It's got a pretty high Rotten Tomatoes. A lot higher than the new Now You See Me, which I do want to see.
yeah, but
wait.
critic or audience?
Critic.
As far as the yeah,
Both of them are pretty high though.
Yeah, that Now You See Me, that's not going to be a critic loved movie. That's more for like the audience. Yeah, that which I want to see too. Like,
well, I'm ready to start. How about you?
I'm good to go.
All right, pushing the button in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we talk about our weeks as geeks. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Man, you were getting it.
I was a little bit more animated than normal.
Very animated. Perpetuating the stereotype of white guys can't dance.
Oh, I'm the poster boy. I'm the poster boy of white guys can't dance.
I am not, because you won't catch me dancing. So, or else I would be.
There are videos online of me playing. What was that? Dance Central.
Yeah. I got down on some DDR back in the day when arcades were a thing. I love DDR.
That wasn't dancing. That was just stepping.
True, but you could. You would, once you got comfortable with the song, you would add stuff to it. But
no, once you got comfortable with the song, then you would hold on to the back, like you just stomp on it on the pad.
No, that was never fun. At least I never did that. I always like to actually get it, especially because some of the songs. I really like some of the songs. I even listen to DDR songs sometimes just because there were some good ones. But anyways, what have you been up to, Stuart?
Continue reading. I'm still reading Welcome to the Multiverse. I'm on book 6. of that series, and it
Wow.
continues to be enjoyable. I told you about this, but it references a ton of other like lit RPG books. Like not only Dungeon Crawler Carl, but also System Universe, Primal Hunter, um, Defiance of the Fall. I'm trying to think of something of another one that I've also read. There were a couple like I know this is a reference, but
He Who Fights with Monsters.
oh yeah, He Who Fights with Monsters. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the He Who Fights with Monsters was a hilarious one. I even sent you that one.
Yeah.
It's Clive's wife.
Send me a few.
Um,
Great stuff.
but yeah, I'm really enjoying that one. The apocalypse has finally arrived in the series. That happened in book 6. You know, getting ready for the apocalypse the entire time, and then in book 6 it finally happens. And now the world is in chaos. And now a bunch of alien women are coming down and wanting to breed with him.
Of course. Of course.
He's denying them though. He's denying them. But it still happens.
It's like, how do you know we would be compatible? Like, you know.
Humans are one of the most compatible species around. Because of course they
I
are.
guess. Sure. Well, that's because we're humans.
Well, also,
Humans are the ones writing these stories. So
it's the
of course,
multiverse.
humans.
There are other humans in the multiverse. And there's like, semi-human who are partially human. So yeah, of course. But yes, it's, humans are writing the story. I got one more book to go, and then I've caught up to what's out. So, and I'll probably have.
Didn't 8 just come out? I thought I saw something about
it came out in Kindle form, but I don't think the audiobook did come out.
Did it not? Okay.
No.
I saw something about I think it's called Dispute.
That's
right?
book 7 or 8. That is the last book, and I do have that.
Yeah. I saw something about that. I guess because I was.
Yeah, that's book
through.
8. Okay, so I'm on book 7, not 6. Or no, I did say 7, didn't
Okay.
I? Yeah, because book 8 just came out.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, because I was looking through like lit RPG groups because and just randomly and even shared a post I saw or a post I saw that had like the publisher comment about when the audiobook version was gonna come out. Which one was that? Dual Class.
Yeah.
Someone had posted about like I think they were like, "Oh man, I have a credit. Hopefully, I have a credit to spend. Hopefully they'll release Dual Class book 3, soon or something." And then the publisher was like, "Well, probably in January." It's like, okay, that's not too far out.
Yeah.
Considering book 2 just came out, what, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just like looking for that when's the next of this series or when's the next of that series. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what have you been up to?
Well, I have books, but they're not audio. They are the comic variety.
You mean words? Actually, reading words.
Some word, mostly pictures.
Pictures, yes.
Lots of pictures.
Yes.
Lots of pictures. Oh, which one do I want to start with? I'll go with I was telling you that Marvel has a new like imprint like called Red Band,
Mm-hmm.
where they have like Blade Red Band and others, this Red Band. Well, they also have Marvel Zombies Red Band. And this is a completely new Marvel Zombies story. Nothing to do with the previous Marvel Zombies by like
For now.
I think but I mean they may cross over at one point, but this is like totally new origin and everything. Like um it's it actually it there's only one issue out, and it kind of takes place in like Fantastic Four 60s, 50s 60s type era, you know.
Okay.
And also cuz like Peter Parker, he's like he's like golly gee, like type, oh shucks, speaking stuff like that. But the what is it? The origin is uh oh there's a rocket, or a rocket's landing back on Earth, and oh, what, the Fantastic Four stole the rocket? What? This is kind of weird. Um, and then there, that's definitely not the Fantastic Four. Definitely, like that's not how they like became space explorers. They didn't steal the rocket, but apparently they did here, and so the rocket lands, and out comes zombie Fantastic Four. And
Okay.
they start attacking, and it's like gruesome, you know. It's kind of weird too, because it's a mishmash. Like characters are there's different, like, because we have like, the Fantastic Four, which they're just them, and then you have Peter Parker, who's like teenage Peter Parker, but he's like, like his early iteration type, like, kind of like nerdy, leave, like I was saying, like, oh gosh, shucks, leave it to Beaver type, classic Peter Parker,
Uh-huh.
you know. And then you have, oh, Aunt May, something happened, Aunt May's in the hospital. Okay, that's nothing new, but oh, Dr. Blake, thank you. If you don't know that, which I was like, wait. Back in, I think, was it the 90s or was it earlier? I can't remember, but there was a period of time where Thor would turn into
Donald
Donald
Blake?
Blake.
Yeah.
Yes. He would, and when he was Donald Blake, he'd have a walking stick, and he would tap it on the ground and turn into Thor, and vice versa, you know. And it was very weird because it was like Donald Blake had a life apparently, but like it was always supposed to be Thor. It was very mucky, like the whole concept. It's one of those things where it's like they come up with a cool concept, but they don't really think it thoroughly before they implement it, and then it's out there, and the readers are like, "Well, if that's the case, then what about this and this and this and this?" And Marvel's like, comic books. It's Asgardian magic.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But yeah, so Donald Blake, and I'm like, it was like Dr. Blake, and I'm like, wait, is that gonna be Thor, Donald Blake? And turns out, yep, it was. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And there's just like, you know, like mishmashes of other Tony Stark Iron Man is like classic, like gold armor, like let's see, like that ugly gold armor Iron Man, if you know what I mean. Like the
Oh, yeah,
uh
yeah. I think where it looks like he's wearing like a bucket for a head.
yeah, uh like similar to
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hulk, was the Hulk in it? I'm trying to think. Yeah, the Hulk was in it. He was. Oh, there's like, I think Rick Jones is. I forget. He's like, apparently, I don't know. This might be a deep cut, but apparently there's like a group, Rick Jones and other people. They're like this little group or whatever that, like, I don't know. They're like uh they have some name, like some group name or whatever, and they like do something to, they send like some radio wave signal to like Hulk to tell him, hey, something's going on, and because Hulk's just chilling in a cave or whatever. And I'm like, this, I think this might be a deep cut that I'm just not aware of, because I don't know much about. I know I know Rick Jones was the reason why we have the Hulk, because he was just some teenager hanging out at the gamma radiation testing site that Bruce had to
That
push out of the way.
Bruce
And
ran out to try to push him out of the way. Yeah.
yeah, and he becomes, there's points where he's been like, you know, he's basically been like Avengers sidekick character, or, you know, there's a point where he was like Captain America's sidekick, and then he becomes a Hulk himself, and it's just like then there was a point where him and Captain Marvel were like a Shazam thing, where like they could like trade places, you know, where he could become, or if when he need when Rick Jones was, when there was issues happening, Rick Jones could like do some, I think he had like these bands on his wrists or whatever that he could like activate to switch places with Captain Marvel, who was trapped in the negative zone. Like, they've done some weird stuff with Rick Jones, so, you know, but apparently he's with some group or whatever that like that sends some radio wave signal to let Hulk know, hey, there's stuff going on, so they could use your help. So yeah, and then there's like Daredevil, and Daredevil's in his yellow outfit.
Right. The black and yellow.
Yeah. And like you said, Spider-Man, but and there's not a lot of deaths. There's a couple deaths at the beginning, because, you know, it's the first issue. They don't want to kill a lot, but there's a really gruesome death, and I'm just like, oh no. I'll say I won't say who it is, but I'll say, like, basically, uh Sue creates a human gusher with her force powers.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
I was gonna
I'm
say
like,
rank
oh
it rank it
God.
from one to Blob eating the wasp. Or what do you got?
Oh, I feel like that's more. I feel like this is like a human gusher is more gruesome than that.
Okay.
Because yeah, because what she does is she encases them in oh, okay, everything froze for a sec, or the Discord froze. It looked like, but she like encases it force field around the person, and then she just like compresses it to where they basically become like liquid,
Okay.
and that's why I'm saying like a human gusher.
Okay.
Like that's pretty gruesome, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
yeah, but it's interesting. Like instead, and the Fantastic Four come back with powers too. They have their powers, but they're also zombified, you know, which is kind of weird. And I'm like, that's an interesting way to like, you know, it's like of course they get powers, but somehow they also became zombies. And it's not like I said, this is totally different from regular Marvel, like the other Marvel zombie stuff. This is its own thing, and it's pretty interesting. I think, yeah, I'm I'm digging it. I'm gonna keep on reading it. You know, I heard about it and I was like, wait, what? There's a new one? Okay, interesting. And then I read it and I'm like, oh, this is kind of how the Fantastic Four was the new movie where it's like it it's it's a weird times a weird time like thing where you know it's set in like the past, but yet there's certain technology, you know,
Right. Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Future.
a little more
Or
advanced,
retro futuristic kind of a thing.
kinda, yeah. But then some of the characters are also they're like I was saying, like Spider-Man, for example, is his like, you know, like first appearance type, you know, stuff. But then Daredevil is in his his yellow suit, and then, you know, Thor is Donald Blake, Hulk or Donald Blake, and then Hulk is like I don't know what Hulk is. Hulk is something different. Like I mean he's Hulk, but like he has a weird like like I was saying with Rick Jones and this like weird like group of teens who are
That
like
sounds like something they would do back in the day.
yeah, they're kind of like how it kind of reminded me of how like Barbara Gordon Oracle, or you know, or like you know the man, or, you know, or like from Spider-Man, the man behind
Mm-hmm.
the desk or whatever type of thing, but it was
Yeah.
like a group of teens it was I don't know. Like I said, that seems like it's a real deep cut from Marvel history that I am not aware of. I wish I could remember what it was called, but uh Rick Jones the Teen Brigade. All I had to do was type Rick Jones TE and then it just auto completed to Teen Brigade. Yeah. The Teen Brigade is the name of three teams appearing in American comic book. What? Rick Jones, from young amateur radio enthusiast to obtain and divulge strategic information about safety. What? Safety hazards, usually involving the Hulk. Yeah, that's a deep cut. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But apparently 616 teen yeah. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff. It's like someone's trying to flex their Marvel knowledge. Whoever's right, I forget who's writing this one, but
Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan.
okay. I don't know any of them.
I don't. I
It
couldn't
looks
tell
good
you.
though.
I couldn't tell you a name.
It looks good. It's drawn pretty good. So, um, but yeah, the first issue of that is out, and
There's
it's
a
different.
variant cover that looks like it's from the '60s, and I'm digging that one.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of interesting variant covers. Like I mean, that's one of the reasons, that's one of the ways like they make money. like in
Oh
comics, is
yeah,
the variant covers. Yeah. Well, back in the 90s and 2000s, they had all the different gimmick covers, like
oh
the
yeah,
holographic or the lenticulars or the die cut or the, you know,
scratch and sniff.
or the we're going to put a trading card in the middle of the cover. So
Uh huh.
and you'll ruin your comic if you actually take it out off. So what's the
Yes,
point of you doing that? Like, just crazy stuff. But yeah, I was just like, I can't remember if I said this like, as we were recording or before, but like I was just like trying to like figure out what I wanted to watch. Like I was just sitting in my bed, had the remote in my hand, and I just nothing seemed interesting. Like I just didn't feel like watching anything or getting
I get
invested
that.
in anything. And then I was like, I could read some comics because I do follow certain comic book YouTubers, and that's how I heard about the Marvel Zombies, for instance. And I knew there was I had heard about other recent comic book series and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm gonna look through stuff and see what there is, and I found some good stuff, and that was one of them. So what's another thing you got?
Well, it was Extra Life a couple weeks ago, and I did my 24 hours and hit my goal. Yay! Always happy when I hit my goal. Um, and during it, I played a couple new games I've never heard of before, or at least
I
this
saw you were
particular
playing some
uh,
different games. Yeah.
particular game I've never heard of before. Um, the root trees are dead. Um, it's I'd never
Yeah,
heard of it.
never.
It, it whatever for whatever reason, like I was looking at puzzle games, and that one was there, and that was kind of high up on like the top selling kind of ones. I'm like, sure. I don't know what this is. I'll pick it up. I'll just pick it up blind, no knowing nothing. Basically, what the game is it takes place in the like 90 96 97 and so that means like no social media, and basically what you're hired to do, you're this person that somebody hires to complete a family tree
Huh.
of a really famous family, not a real family, called the Root Trees, because the president of the Root Tree company, who is like this big Hershey style like candy company, and his three daughters, who have their own like fashion line, were killed in a plane crash. And so there's a lot of money that needs to go to family members. But now you got to figure out who the family members are. So you got to kind of, okay, here's some famous root trees that you can look up, and just kind of like looking at like news articles and okay, this person mentioned a book. Let's look up the book. Okay, here's an excerpt from the book. They mentioned this person. Okay, let's put this person on the tree somewhere here. And honestly, every year when I do Extra Life, there's always like one game that I spend like the majority of the time playing, and I never like it's always some like I never know what game that's going to be. This year it was the root trees are dead. I played
Yeah, I
that
saw
one
you
for
were
quite a bit.
I saw you were playing that, and then you were also playing I forget what the name of it, but the one the when you said is like similar to Vampire Survivors, but
Oh, Megabonk.
Megabonk, yeah.
I played a little bit
Yeah,
of
so
Megabonk.
I
Not
saw you were
much.
playing a little bit. Yeah, I saw you were playing a little bit of that, and then you know, um, were you playing? Were you playing Battlefield? Right,
Played a little bit about Battlefield.
a little bit of that.
Um, look at my YouTube. See what the videos are. Let me just kind of pull it up because I actually did a pretty good job of segmenting them all out, except for the end of the first day when I was playing the Root Are Dead. I forgot to hit record,
Ah,
so that one didn't record. I played Fortnite. I played Fragpunk. First time in a while, I played Fragpunk, and hit a lot of bots. That kind of made me sad. Like there was a lot of bots. I played some modded Minecraft.
yeah, I did see you play some modern Minecraft. Yeah.
I figured that would be the game that I would play the most during the live stream, but nope. It was the Root Are Dead. The modded Minecraft though, that was the Tensora reincarnated mod pack, which is reincarnated as a slime.
That's fun. Is that an official thing or
No,
okay? Well, I mean, they have official like Dragon Ball Z and other anime content, so I don't know.
sure, yeah, but no, this is this is unofficial. It's actually a pretty fun mod pack.
That's cool.
It's really hard to start out with though. But yeah, there's another game that I played for the first time, and I'll get to that one in a little bit. What else you got?
Next comic I've got Alien versus Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah, we're finally getting the aliens fighting. You know, we've had Predators fighting the Marvel Universe, but now we're getting Alien in the mix. This is set during World War II. And this is its own universe. Like, I'm guessing it's its own universe, based on, you know, it's set in World War II and a lot of the stuff that's happening. But apparently not a whole lot happens in this. It's more of, you know, like he doesn't fight an alien, and Captain America doesn't fight an alien in the firch issue.
But it's
A
on the
lot of
cover.
setup. It's mostly a lot of setup, but you know, it's showing, hey, Steve Rogers, Captain America, you know, and there's this other characters, you know, but then it's mostly showing that, like, I think it's Baron Strucker. I get some of those characters mixed up. I think it's Baron Strucker. He's yeah, it wasn't Zemo, it was Strucker. Yeah. A lot of Barons in the Marvel universe. Baron Zemo, Baron Strucker, Baron Mordo, Baron but
You know,
yeah, you know, landowners, you know, with titles.
right? Yes.
But yeah, it's Baron Strucker is investigating ways to, like, you know, it's the whole, like, you know, Nazi Nazi not sci-fi, but Nazi supernatural fascination type
Yeah,
stuff where they're investigating, like, trying to find mystical and magical and other, n- basically cheap shortcuts to win the war.
right, exactly.
And they're they're in this what is it? Frozen mountain area, whatever, and trying to get this, and they're pushing their weight around, and they're demanding someone take them to Adelan, which is the home of the Inhumans.
Inhumans, yes.
Yeah. Um, and their goal is like, yeah, they're wanting to like find the Inhumans and use them somehow to make Nazi weapons and whatnot, and they're being jerks, and someone's like, okay, fine, I'll take you, and then they take them to like the ancient cave or whatever that it looks like it's a doorway to where where you think it's Adelan, and then they betray the dude, and as the dude's dying, he's like, I didn't take you to, and they refer to they refer to them as like the gods, because the Inhumans have godly power or whatever. And he's like, I didn't take you to the gods, I took you to the devils or the demons or something like that. And it turns out it's like a cave when they're like alien, where the xenomorphs are.
Sure.
And there's a bunch of eggs and they're hatching, and but then they start shooting them and stuff, and then Strucker, like, they're like, oh man, this was a bust, but Strucker somehow caught one, like, and he's holding one, and he's like, no, it's not. And then it cuts to like, I can't remember if the Red Skull, I can't remember if he was in at the very end, but it cuts to like, I guess, Hydra base, and they've been experimenting with the xenomorphs, and it's a queen, and they're like doing stuff, and basically they're gonna make a Nazi xenomorph army. That's what they're trying to do, and that's where the first issue ends.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
They would
this is interesting. I kind
Hydra
of like
would
this.
totally do that.
They were totally, yeah. And it's like, I'm kind of down for this, like, I'm a Captain America fan, so yeah, of course I'm down for it. But like, it looks like there was some actual thought put into the story, and I'm here for it. But yeah, that first issue was just a lot of setup. It's pretty cool. It was pretty cool though. Like, I quite enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to more. Man, I need to look into like the schedule releases for some of these series because I have no idea when they come out. I don't, because like there are some comics that come out like every other week or once a month, or
Right. Uh-huh.
hell. And if it's an event, then who knows when they'll come out, because more times than not, events are plagued with delays.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's a six part event, mini series, and it takes a year and a half to come out.
Right.
Just some crazy stuff. But yeah, it's pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, it's Alien versus Captain America, and they're using 20th Century Studios as the like label for these Predator and Alien cross. I mean, it's Marvel, but they're like, for some reason they've made an imprint that's 20th Century Studios instead
Okay.
of just being Marvel. I guess because they wanted to distinguish it from being in the actual 616 universe somehow.
I mean,
I guess.
they've not done that with anything else, so why do that?
I mean, some stuff like
I
What
guess
If,
I guess there would
and
still be licensing issues. I mean,
with
even though
there. I
they
mean,
are all owned by the same umbrella company, they're still technically separate companies. They would have to follow their own rules.
yeah, Baron Strucker on the expedition to the Himalayas to find the fabled city of Adelan. Yeah, okay, yeah. So this was the one. Yeah, Captain America, and then we got the Howling Commandos. Yeah, so I thought they were in. I thought they had showed. I thought I saw. I thought I remember seeing Dum Dum Dugan.
That's probably the only one I can identify.
Oh, yeah. Nick Fury was also because I remember. I remember Captain America was like had a conversation. He was like had kind of like a little argument with because there was someone in the, the Howling Commandos who was giving lip like, oh, we don't need no super soldier, blah 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 type, one of those types, and and then Captain America's like, well, too bad, and whatever, sorry Nick, and I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be Nick Fury, okay, like Nick Fury's kind of a jerk to Cap. I thought normally they're friends. I feel like,
Or could you
but
just be a guy named Nick?
I think they make it. I think they say Nick Fury though.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's white Nick Fury, not
I kind of thought figured that actually.
Sam Jackson Nick Fury, or Nick Fury Jr. in the 616. But yeah, it's pretty good. Who's the story by writer? I don't know. Frank Thierry. I've never heard of him, and yeah, I don't know the artist either. Stefano Raffaelli. Raffaelli. I don't. I'm sorry for butchering those names.
Looks like they've done a
but
lot of Star Wars.
this came out in September. Like, come
Did
on,
it?
Marvel. Like, advertise it.
Because according
Or
on
oh
their
no,
website,
no.
it's November.
No, sorry. I'm looking at the credits, the extended credits. It says the FO. I was looking at the FOC date. I don't know what that means. That said September 22nd. Yeah, I see where it says November 5th. Yeah. What's the FOC date? Firm order commitment. Oh, okay. So that's like that's the last day to like for the retailers to pre-order it.
Okay.
Okay. It's a rat. Hopefully the other ones will be a little longer because it felt short, and I'm looking at it and it says page count 29, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's feels pretty short. Or it did feel pretty short. But hopefully it was just a short one, just because it was a setup, and they didn't want to like they wanted to end on the like, oh, they're experimenting with the xenomorph queen, type, that was pretty
Mm-hmm.
much where they like the cliffhanger was. Which I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm all for this, Captain America wouldn't have been the first one that I would have thought to like put up against xenomorphs, but
No.
I'm okay, just
Yeah.
because, like just because I don't know, you just expect like maybe the Guardians
Guardians is
would be
exactly
like
what
the
I was
first.
thinking of.
Yeah, because you wouldn't think they would straight up like start with like, oh, they're at the xenomorphs are on Earth. You wouldn't think that would be the first one they did,
Right.
but yeah, I would think Guardians or maybe like Iron Man or
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel or yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, the story it makes sense, like because like there's so many movies where the Nazis are like looking for supernatural stuff, and apparently, according to history, like they
Including Captain America, the first
yeah,
the first Avenger.
yep, and Hellboy and well, many others. And apparently, like apparently they believed in that kind of stuff,
Yep.
as well. Did you see the news about Hitler?
Maybe if it's the same news I'm thinking of, it's like
they found like blood sample on some sofa and they tested it, and apparently he had like genetic disorder or something that
okay, yeah, Why was
that contributes to like it's like
to micro?
yeah.
So
And it's like,
why
well,
is okay?
why were people looking for blood on a sofa? Like, one, why not even why were they testing it? Why were they even looking for something like that to begin with? Like,
Yes, it's
was someone like very weird. I had to like I would look and I'm like, wait, is this like the Onion article or something? Like the Onion TikTok or something like type thing? Is this fake news? Because this does not sound real.
no,
It
I
does not
actually got
sound
it.
like
I
a
actually
real
heard it
thing.
from a news TikToker. I say news.
I
in
saw
quotes.
yeah. Well, yeah, I did too, but I wasn't sure if like it wasn't one that I recognized, so I wasn't sure if it was like legit at first. And I'm like, oh well, I kept seeing more, and I'm like, oh okay, well, that's the thing, I guess. But all you World War II historians, now you got more stuff to
You
add
got
to it, I
something
guess.
new. You got something new. Good for you.
Just when we thought we knew everything there was to know about World War II.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alien versus it's pretty good. I'm hopeful for the future of the series. I don't know how many it'll be, honestly. Has it been announced?
Up to 3
4 issue. Oh,
at least.
that's AI. No, here's a Marvel.com article. Just this, yeah, 4 issues. That's San Diego Comic-Con 2025. 4 issues. Okay, so 3 more. 4-issue limited series. Oh no, there's a 4-issue following. So they're. Wait, is it Aliens versus Avengers, or no? That's coming out, or no? Wait, no. Did they do an Alien versus Avengers?
I
think
definitely
they did.
saw
What?
something.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's crazy. That I guess the. Man, they really need to like market these things more, because
That came out last year.
I
Wow.
yeah, I did not even know that. Like I heard about the Predators ones because I read the Wolverine versus Predator when that came out, and that was really good. I really liked that. And then I just found out recently about Spider-Man versus the Predator. think I sent you a message about that because I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, did you know this existed?" Like, what?
All right, the logo for Alien versus Avengers, I like. I like the logo.
Yeah, it's different. I don't like the cover art. Hopefully, that's not indicative to the actual, which most of the times it's not.
Yeah,
The
and
cover art isn't
there's
exactly.
there's a bunch of variants I'm looking at that are completely different styles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ones I'm looking at are they kind of look like, I don't know, they kind of look like
Foggy.
old school art. Yeah.
They've got like a haze to them.
Yeah, they look dated. They look like it looks like art from like the 60s or, type. At least the ones that I was seeing. I'm looking at the variants now. Okay. That's cool. You can just click a button and it shows you all the variants. Marvel,
Oh
your
yeah,
website's kind of cool.
yeah. I've been doing that for since you've been talking about them.
Yeah, I didn't even know this. I need to read this then. I didn't even know this was out. But also, like, really, you're gonna start with the Avengers? Like, wow. Okay. Hopefully, it's
Which
a
means
bunch of
Captain
aliens, I
America should
guess.
remember them. I'm
I
joking.
mean, unless it's a
I'm joking.
different, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the Aliens versus Avengers, he's like, "Oh man, there was this one time where," but yeah, yeah. I don't know who the next Predator versus I would want to see would be. Um,
Is there a
I know a
Hulk?
lot of people are like, I know a lot of people are like want it to be like Punisher versus Predator, which I'm like,
Oh,
that I could see that.
that could work.
That could work. Um,
Or Craven the Hunter.
There's a connection with
Who would be the
him.
hunter? Who would be the prey?
There's a connection to him in the Spider-Man verses. He's in
Okay.
Spider-Man verses. It kind of feels like it was a Craven versus, but then they kind of were like, we can't do Craven versus Predator. We've got to shoehorn Spider-Man in somehow because it's not going to sell without Spider-Man. So it kind of feels like, like
Wrong.
the way the way that was, it kind of feels like they added Spider-Man like partway through it, to make it, to but it feels like it's very Craven is very much in, heavily in Spider-Man or Predator versus Spider-Man. Yeah.
Oh, there is a Predator Hulk one. Looks like. Or no, that's
Wait,
Last Hunt,
there hit.
not Hulk. Sorry.
Oh, I was like,
I didn't read that right.
but yeah, so there's only one issue of Alien versus Captain America, which, so I'm looking forward to more. But what else you got?
The other game that I played for the first time on stream during my extra life was Dispatch. That is one I'd seen a little bit beforehand. This is actually
I've heard of it, I think.
Critical
Yeah.
Role. This is them. Like they
Yeah, I saw something about Laura Bailey and Dispatch. Yeah.
They're all in it.
Yeah. But I mean, I specifically saw a TikTok about her and it. Like, but
they
yeah.
basically made a cartoon with QuickTime events. That at least I've only played the first episode. It's coming out episodically, but you don't buy it episodically. You just buy it just flat out. Now I've only played the first episode, which is kind of like, hey, here's an introduction and here's a tutorial on what the game is going to be like. Because there actually is a game feature to it where it's a world of superheroes, and you are dispatching superheroes to crimes. And you got to pick which, based off of, a stat wheel, kind of which one would fit best, and then, it's all timed and all that. Seemed kind of interesting, but then it's just straight up a cartoon as well. The art style reminded me very much of like the in Invincible cartoon. So yeah, it's that kind of art style. Like I said, it's got basically the entire cast are Critical Role. There's a couple well-known streamers that are also voices in it. You got GeeksFTW and Moist Critical. They voice some major characters in the game. I've seen a lot of clips from it since I've played it. Not so much before I played it though. There is some nudity, which was kind of funny because, like, as I'm streaming, I'm like, okay, censor nudity. I better do that since I'm streaming this first thing. Oh, the first thing you see is a dong. Okay. Huh. And it's apparently swinging because the black bar was swinging. I'm like, all right.
Interesting.
But I don't know. It seems interesting. I don't know what else to say. I guess I've only played the first episode so far. I think there are 6 out, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow!
Like this came out like not. It's been out for a little while. Yeah, this came out in May. Oh no, it looks like episode 7 and 8 came out like 2 days ago.
Oh wow!
Which it's apparently the finale. See, let's look. Oh, also, some people voicing Aaron Paul.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that he was in a game. Okay, yeah.
And Jeffrey Wright.
Game with. I do remember him and Laura Bailey were at something, talking about some game that they were going to be a part of at one point.
Yeah.
I think it was over the summer, during the summer something, maybe. The Jeff Keighley summer, whatever.
Okay.
I do remember they were on stage somewhere doing both of them. I was like, Aaron Paul and Laura Bailey? Wow. That's a weird combination.
Well, they're both in this game.
That makes sense then, yeah.
What else have you been reading?
You know what's weird? Before I go into my next thing, the I saw this while I was out, and I just looked it up again because you reminded me when you were talking about the Critical Role people. Um, the Mighty Nine's supposed to come out next week,
Right?
the animated series, but the first episode's on YouTube.
Is it?
And it even says in like the video descriptions how the first 3 episodes on Prime Video on 11/19 with new episodes releasing weekly. Like, yeah, I saw this randomly while I was out on YouTube. I'm like, wait, what? Huh?
Wait, how's I clicked on like because it's like Prime Video. I clicked on like it to like go to the channel, and it came up with like 4 more things. What the hell?
Yeah, Prime Video, Critical Role, Prime Video Canada, Prime Video Australia and New Zealand, Prime Video UK, and I guess Ireland. It's IE. I don't know, but right, I don't know what IE is, but yeah, yeah. So, but basically, it's just all the people connected to it. The
Well,
Prime Video.
I've never had the
and-
collaborators pop up when I try to go to a channel.
Yeah, maybe that's a new thing for on YouTube. I don't
Gotta
know.
be.
I hadn't seen that until this. Yeah. But yeah, apparently the first episode's out already. Early. Weird.
Okay.
Apparently there was I saw a TikTok where they were talking about like how much production time and value and like effort went into dicks, and they were like so much.
I did see that. I did see that.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So it's pretty good. But next thing I got, Predator versus the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
Apparently all the Predator verses are connected. They're not all each standalone stuff, which is kind of cool. Because there will be stuff that happens and I'm like, oh, I remember that from Predator versus Wolverine, and it'll be in the little notes. It'll be like, as seen on in Predator versus Wolverine, issue 3, or there'll be like Predator like the I guess the I didn't read the versus I didn't read the Black Panther one. Or was it he was either versus Black Panther or versus Wakanda. I can't remember which
Black
one,
Panther it looked like.
yeah, but apparently like they I guess they stole vibranium or whatever, and there are some that have armor and weapons, and it was like that was in the footnote of that, and I'm like, oh, interesting. And basically at the end of I guess spoilers for Spider-Man versus Predator, but Kraven goes off with the Yautja. And this picks up from that, where I guess time has passed and they're back. And somehow he's been able to, I don't know, somehow communicate and talk with them in a way, and he's using all of his knowledge of the Marvel of like the Marvel like heroes and stuff to help them like attack Earth. And
The Yautja knows game when they see it, so yeah, it makes complete sense.
The first death is Star-Lord.
Okay.
Because there's like Star-Lord and Rocket, and they're talking or whatever, and then there's like a distress signal, and they're like, oh, shoot, okay. I think it's Stark Industries mining operation or whatever. Like, I think that's what they say it is. So, and they're like, pompous billionaire, blah blah blah, and we shouldn't help him. And Star Lord's like, well, we're not helping him. We're helping the workers of the, like, pompous billionaire. The
Right.
innocent
Yeah.
workers who have families and all that. And so they go, and it's an ambush, and they're attacked, and Star Lord's first to go, then Rocket, and then the rest, Groot, Gamora, and Drax. Um, and there's even, what is it? There's even a line where he's the Predators and Craven, who's wearing like he's wearing some kind of like skull mask. I don't know. Maybe it's a Yautja skull on his head. He said, "I told you, they blindly answered the call for help. That's what makes them such easy prey."
Okay.
Then then their next target is the Fantastic Four, because they're on the moon, apparently. In this, they're on the moon base or whatever, and they're like, oh, well, we've prepared, and we've made this whatever technology to take care of Mr. Fantastic. And as for the Thing, there's no way to really, sorry, but I guess he's talking to the Yautja. He's like, you're gonna have to go without your trophy, because and they basically like shoot the Thing out into space, and they're like, he's way too tough, and the best way to just get rid of him is just to like basically eject him, and kill him so he can't breathe, and all that. They cut
Sure.
they they cut Johnny's hand off, and I guess he just ends up like basically like bleeding to death. I think, or no, they cut someone's hand off. But Sue Storm's like the only one who's like left, like out of the Fantastic Four. Then they go to like, who's the next one they go to? I can't. I can't. I know they take the Milano, and they I forget who's leading, who's like in charge of, like, I don't know, it's like Shield or Sword or something, like it's one of those agencies, and they're like, oh, they're not following proper protocol, and they're like, well, the Guardians never do, blah blah blah, and they're using like they're using technology to like mimic, I guess, Star Lord's voice or whatever, and stuff like that, and then they invade, and it's interesting, like, and the Craven the Hunter he's way cooler than he normally is. Because
Okay.
honestly, Craven the Hunter kind of sucks in regular Spider-Man comics. Like, his best story was when he killed himself after, in the last Craven the Last Hunt. He like drinks spider venom and gets sick, and buries Spider-Man alive, and runs around dressed up as Spider-Man, and then eventually he ends up just killing himself. Like, it's a very. Have you ever read Craven's Last Hunt?
I have not.
It's a bizarre, and there's a sequel to it that's even weirder. I think it's like Soul of the Hunter or something like that, where like I think his family tries to like resurrect him and stuff like that, and it's It's bizarre. And they're trying to use Spider-Man as a sacrifice, and I think they use one of the they end up. I think one of the clones ends up being sacrificed, so it goes wonky. Like his resurrection goes wonky or whatever. And but yeah, it's Craven's not as cool as the idea of Craven is way cooler than the then they've actually like implementation. There we go. Yeah. But so far this is good. I think there's 3 issues. I want to say Predator. Oh, there's a 4th one. When does that come out? I don't think 4th one. And there's teases to other stuff like, apparently, Weapon X is experimenting with a Yautja as well. So like, that can't go wrong.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, hey, number 4
comes out on my
comes
birthday.
out on your birthday. Yeah.
Yes. Again, so everything's coming out on my fucking birthday.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of like I said, it's connected to the other stuff because there will be things where they're referencing things, and it's like, oh, this was from Spider-Man, or Predator versus Spider-Man, or this was from Predator versus Wolverine, and I don't want to give away too much, but it's pretty good. I'm digging it. This has to be more than a 4-issue series. This one,
5.
I would think. Okay, because I was about to say they can't wrap it up on a 4. I read 1 through 3. They can't wrap it up on a 4th. So
well, let's just say on Marvel's website there are 5 issues. Listed. There could be more after that, okay. But as of right now, there are 5.
Gotcha. Yeah, maybe the last one's like, oh, they don't really, the ones that haven't come out, they don't say what the page count is. Okay. Oh wait, no, 4 does. Only 23. Man, are comics I guess I never really noticed comics are really short.
Yeah.
Like 23 pages. Wow. I mean, I have been getting through comics pretty quickly, so I guess that does make sense. But yeah. But yeah, Weapon X, Yautja, and they do a lot of the like, it's all the same writer too. I think all the Benjamin Percy. I think he's been doing all the Predator stuff, like Predator, Wolverine, Predator, Spider-Man, Predator versus the Marvel Universe, or kills the Marvel Universe, and then I think the Black Panther. I don't know for a fact if he did that or not, but he's done almost all of them, so I imagine he's done them. And apparently he's like, from what I've seen, or he's like, he knows his Predator lore, and there's a lot of stuff like, there's a lot of stuff that kind of indicates that, because they talk about, Earth, we haven't been taking care of it, and therefore we've been we're causing global warming, and that's just ripe for the Yautja because they love the warm environment, blah blah blah. It's the perfect planet for the Yautja because we are horrible people who have mistreated our Earth, but it's but hey, plus side, it's great for the Yautja now, and stuff like that. And some of these covers are interesting, these variant covers I'm looking at. But yeah, it's hey, I'm all here for these crossovers. Like, I've been enjoying them. They're really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the next one. When are we getting Predator and Aliens versus the Marvel Universe? Like,
You know what? That'll probably happen.
yeah, right. But yeah, or we need like we we need to see like a Venom xenomorph, like or a
Ooh,
venomized Predator, or
that'd
have
be
the predator
interesting.
have a Yautja become a Ghost Rider. Like, come on, do I want to see that variant cover. At least you do a variant cover where a Yautja is the Ghost Rider.
Huh.
That would be cool.
Be an interesting story on how to come up with why he was a Ghost Rider.
That's why I said at least do a variant cover, because you don't have to come up with a story. You could just make a cool image.
Yeah.
Which for the most part, that's what Ghost Rider is all about. Is just a cool image. There are very few solid Ghost Rider stories out there.
Yeah.
Was the one of the comic book YouTubers? He always says Ghost Rider is just a cool tattoo. Like, that's basically what.
Well, when you have a character that's so fucking strong, like it's kind of hard to come up with a compelling story for him.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Hell, they've gone off the rails with different spirits of vengeances.
Yeah.
It's like and even was it Frank Castle became Cosmic Ghost Rider,
Sure.
and he went insane to where he was basically like Deadpool ish.
Honestly, Castle being a Ghost Rider makes total sense. Makes absolute sense.
Yeah, but he goes insane to where he's not like Frank Castle as the go. He's like like I said, he's more like a Deadpool, like
Right.
where he's goofy and not what you would think Frank Castle as a Ghost Rider. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's cool that they've been doing some good stories with these properties, and I hope they continue to do more. I'm looking forward to, man, next week. That's awesome. I can't wait for the next week's issue. Man, so many good things coming out on your birthday.
I know. So
I am
weird.
so grateful. Anyways, what's the next thing you got?
Last thing I got is a movie I watched last night on Hulu called The
Oh,
Amateur. That is Rami Malek
okay.
as a CIA code breaker whose wife
Oh, is this the?
gets murdered in London, and then he goes off and tries to kill his wife's killers.
Okay,
But
yeah, this
he's
is the
actually
Lawrence
pretty
Fishburne,
bad at
Fishburne,
fighting
yeah.
and shooting guns. So he's got to use, what he is good at to kill him, which is apparently making IEDs.
Yeah, speaking of Ghost Rider or Frank Castle, John Berthel is in it.
John Berthol's in it. Barely. He's barely in it.
Really?
Like,
Because he's top billing.
like he shows up at the beginning and then towards the end. And that's it. And he plays no role in the story whatsoever.
Yeah, he's like, he at least on IMDb, under stars, he's third,
Yeah,
which is weird because Lawrence Fishburne is on the poster, but he's not in the. I don't see him in top cast on IMDb. That's
he's
weird.
in it more than John Bernthal is.
Yeah, but he's not in like top cast, which is
I
very
see
weird.
that.
Like, what's going on IMDb? Like, let's click on it. Where is he? Well, yeah, he's like way down. Which, yeah, wow. But he's on the poster, and his name's
He
like what?
he actually plays a pretty crucial role
I would think so if he's on the poster, yeah.
because like
But
he's
I get, I don't know.
because the whole thing is that Rami Malek's character, the day before his wife is killed, he finds out, or he gets intel from an informant that the assistant CIA director has been changing reports, like, oh, this drone strike that accidentally killed a bunch of civilians and allies, that's now a suicide bomber. You know, stuff like that. So after his wife dies, and he actually identifies the people and says, okay, go after them. And they're like, nah. He then blackmails the assistant CIA director to train him to go out after them, and they use Lawrence Fishburne's character to do that. And then like, oh, he's actually killing them. Yeah, you need to stop him, and then sends him after him.
Interesting. You said it's on Hulu?
It's on Hulu. Yeah.
Cool. We'll add this to my list.
It is, you know, it's a revenge film. Hey, but unlike a lot of the others, which are like, hey, you know, just get badass guy, you know, beating up everybody in sight. This guy can't. He can't beat up anybody. In fact, he's got to, you know, be sneaky about it, because he's weak and really bad at shooting guns.
That's cool. I kind of like that take on it.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot.
I like Rami Malek,
Yeah.
so I'll definitely watch this.
Thing is, when I was looking, I was like, okay, I think this is streaming now, but I couldn't remember who the star was. Like, is it Rami Malek, or is it Eddie Redmayne? Because for some reason, like, okay, it's a unique face, but I have no idea which one. Because there is an Eddie Redmayne thing that I do want to see, but it's streaming on some service I don't have.
Gotcha.
Which I cannot think of the name of it now. It is Day of the Jackal. The series on
Never heard
Peacock.
of that. Oh.
Or he's an assassin.
Interesting.
I've seen clips of that on TikTok, and it looked interesting. But that is it for me. What else you got?
I got one more comic. Apparently, I don't know. I don't. I mean, I know why they love to. They love to restart number. They love to renumber things or restart the numbering. You know, Marvel or I'm sure both do, but Marvel loves its number ones.
Yes.
So I think was it this year or either this year or late last year they re they started with number one with the Amazing Spider-Man. They're on what are they on now? They're on like 17 or they're in the teens. I know that now.
And then when they get to a certain point where it's going to be a big, incredible number, then they're going to go back to the old numbers because that's what they did before.
Yeah, they all do that though. Yeah, when it gets to like a a nice round number, like 1,000. Like with Superman and Batman when they got to their 1,000th.
Yeah.
They wanted to have it both ways. But they redo it. They do number one because they're like, oh, this will bring people in. People love to buy number one issue. Issue number ones because
Exactly.
they think, oh, I can get on the ground floor, and it's kind of like it's kind of a jumping on point because like if you know the basics of Spider-Man, anyways. I mean, there are some things where I'm a little confused, but um it's like, oh, this is Peter Parker, he's going on job interviews and because he doesn't have a job, and there's people who are like, he's struggling because oh, you were a billionaire with your own
your own tech
Parker Industries,
right? Like, oh,
yeah,
sure, yeah.
like
he now has no money.
what happened
Sure.
there? And one of the interviewers is like, hey, I was just stringing you along because you lost me a lot of money, dickhead, or stuff like that. And there were just other stuff, and finally he I forget if he gets a job from like an old, I guess I don't know if this is like in Spider-Man's history or they like retconned it, but there's this like friend he has who like it feels like a retcon, but this friend he has who's working at Rand
Industries.
Industries. No, I think it's Enterprise
Okay.
in the comics. I want to say it's Enterprise. But he works at Rand Enterprise, and like he basically gets Peter a job, and there's all these flashbacks to like these like kind of black and white flashbacks to when Peter was like a little kid, and how like because when Aunt May talks about like when Aunt May hears the name of the person, she's like, oh, like apparently she didn't like she didn't like the kid, and but there are these flashbacks to like these like black and white style, like style flat. It's not black and white, but it's like it's I think it's blue and gray type. It's like two color tones.
Okay.
It's giving the black and white type flashback vibe.
Sure.
But to where it's like Peter as a kid, and he's going through issues and stuff like that, and Aunt May and Uncle Ben are worried about him, and he's hanging out with the I forget the name of the guy, but he's hanging out with him. They're kids and they're doing stuff and whatnot. Meanwhile, he's like, oh, that job, awesome. And then his friend's like taking him to meet the boss, the big boss.
Uh-huh.
And when he goes to introduce Peter's gone. Cut to Peter going, man, that would have been such a good job. And then he's having to fight the rhino. Typical Peter
Sure.
Parker,
Yep.
like, and he's fighting the rhino, and then he beats the rhino, but something happens to the rhino. Like the rhino's like heart stops. Like I guess the rhino had a heart attack somehow or whatever. And you see Spider-Man just like freaking out because he doesn't think because it doesn't really come across that Peter did anything to really like to cause this, and he's just like trying to do CPR on the rhino, and he's just having to use all of his strength because, the rhino is like, his skin is like super tough and all this, and Peter's just freaking out because like the rhino's heart is beating and he's just trying to get it to start back up. He manages to, and it later turns out like there's something in the rhino system that caused him to have like this heart attack, and Peter's friend covers for him and is like, oh yeah, he tells the boss basically like, oh yeah, he had like he basically had like, I forget what the terminology was, because he's talking to, because apparently Peter has a new woman of interest, some nurse or whatever, whose name it eludes me, but they're not exclusive. They're like allowed to see other people, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I like Peter Parker dating multiple people. That kind of feels weird.
Well, if I remember right, like Mary Jane is married, right? To somebody else.
Yeah, she like went to another dimension or whatever, and time passed or whatever, and she came back with some dude named what's his name? Paul. And like she has kids, I think, and it's like it's weird. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I've just heard stuff about it. And now she's Venom, I think, as well.
I
Mary
thought she
Jane?
was Jackpot.
That was a while ago. I think she's
okay.
I think she's Venom. I think that because I saw something about her being Venom, which is like, what? She's horrified of Venom. How is that gonna work? Like, but anyways, but you basically like he's at like a double date with like his roommate and someone else and the girl he's kind of seeing, and they're talking about how his friend covered for him, and like I forget the terminology, but the girl he's kind of seeing basically is like, oh, first day work diarrhea, gotcha, like they blamed it on like, oh, he had nervous stomach or, something like that, that's why he ran off. And
Okay.
but it basically we see like the flashbacks just keep on happening, and Peter finds himself like he's checking out Rhino's apartment, and looking, and he finds he's looking, and then all of a sudden he's having these flashback memories, and then all of a sudden he's at work, and he's like just basically he's tripping. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, wait, I was just in the Rhino's apartment. How am I at work talking to the big boss lady? And like, later it turns out he's been drugged, like not just a little bit of drugs, but like there's a lot of drugs like in his system. And oh yeah, Norman Osborn is like his friend now
For
and helps him
now,
with stuff. Yeah. And is trying to atone like for, for all the bad he's done and stuff like that. And it's very weird. And I keep waiting for like Spider-Man to leave and then Norman to like do the like just wait until you get my evil plan, like, but that doesn't happen, I guess, like not yet. Anyways, I mean it's gonna eventually happen, but I think as of right now Norman's actually on the up and up.
okay, we'll see.
But there's still part of me that like it's gonna turn, like
Yeah,
it's not gonna last,
absolutely.
like yeah, like oh Lex Luthor was a good guy, and he was part of the Justice League for a while, like that may have been true, but there's gonna be something that turns him, like
Right.
you know and but it's interesting, and it turns out like the big villain of this, I think it's is it the first 5 issues of this is Hobgoblin. um Roderick Kingsley, and like
Okay.
it's like it's a scary Hobgoblin, like the way they make the way he is now, it's like he almost looks like demo, like demon Hobgoblin kind of like. And what's it called, um Norman Osborn has a vendetta to like stop him because he's like, Hobgoblin wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for me. He's my responsibility.
I
And it's
mean,
like, oh
true.
yeah, that's true. That is true. But I was talking to you about like characters or earlier. There's a character called Itsy Bitsy. Apparently, Itsy Bitsy is a female character who was created with the DNA of Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Well, that's horrifying.
And she's like she calls Spider-Man like daddy and stuff like that. And then there's parts where it's like, wait, so you consider him a father, but you kind of wanna bang him, or like, because you're giving off those vibes like this is some weird stuff that's going on, like what. I'm kind of freaked out by this, like it's some weird stuff. And like Peter has one
So,
of his
so
like,
is he daddy or daddy?
right, um do you look up what Itsy Bitsy looks like?
That's not what I expected to see.
Yeah, it's not right, like
I expected to see a person. That's not a person.
no, no.
That is a blue elf alien with 6 arms.
Yeah. And like they make her to be kind of like, oh yeah, she's kind of pretty, whatever, when her mask is off. But then when she gets mad, it's like Yautja type stuff, weird mouth opens up and it's spider like crazy stuff. Like it's like, oh Jesus, okay. And she's like, you could tell she's kind of got set like Peter Parker's quippiness, but she's also a little crazy like Deadpool. And it's very weird, and I'm just like, what even is this? Luckily they explain like in the comic, like with a line or something about how she's made with DNA from, like, I guess he's talking to Norman Osborn about it, I guess. And that's how I learned, like, because he's telling, and Norman's like, that's bizarre. Like, the more you talk about your
Agreed.
life, the more you talk about your life, the crazier it sounds. Like, I'm like, yeah, that is really weird. But
Been
But
around
yeah,
since August of 2016.
really that old. Wow. Dang. So over
First
9 years old.
first
Wow.
debuted in Spider-Man Deadpool issue 8.
That is bizarre. But yeah, it's very weird. And it's funny because like Peter, he's hallucinating because he's on these drugs. He has these drugs in his system, and he's like he's going back to flashbacks of when like he's having he's having a moment where he's rebelling against Aunt May and whatever, and then she's like, hey, it's gonna take a lot for you to get rid of us, we love you and all this and that, and but basically it turns out he's rebelling. He was rebelling because he was afraid to get close to them because he didn't want to lose them like his parents and all this and that, and then he like it's heart to heart, and all of a sudden he's hugging Itsy Bitsy and he's like, I love you. And because he's thinking it's Aunt May, and she's like, don't say that unless you mean it. Like she's, because she has like, I guess, father complex father issues. And
Really?
it's very bizarre. It's bizarre, Stuart. Like, I was not expecting this, like, but, yeah, there's a whole plot line though where basically the Hobgoblin was poisoning a soda supply, and in order to get people, because the poison for Spider-Man is only as effective because I guess his DNA or whatever, but for normal people, it just causes them to have anxiety. So Hobgoblin wanted to get people like, drinking this soda that would give them anxiety, and the only like real like only actual cure for that type of anxiety is like this anti-anxiety medicine that's been out for 2 years. They specifically say it's been out for 2 years, and I guess that I don't know. It's like it's a money scheme, you know. It's very bizarre and weird, and it's like, oh, okay. I've started the next arc, and it's Black Cat. It's him, Black Cat, and they're fighting this like this weird dude. What's his name? Uh, because Spider-Man makes a lot of fantasy jokes and like kind of like Lord of the Rings and whatever, because he's fighting this dude who's like wearing this weird like suit of armor, like type stuff. Oh, what was his name? The Amazing Spider-Man 2025. Oh, it was like issue 8. Well, that description doesn't help much. Let's see, maybe 7. Trying to find an image of this because it's a very weird character. Hellgate. I think his name's Hellgate.
Okay.
And it's like Spider-Man's having a really tough fight against this. Like, it's brutal for Spider-Man to fight, and he's like
Looks
trying to
kind of
save
like
people and
Ares from like the
kinda, yeah.
from DC.
Yeah, I have no idea who Hellgate is though. Like, but this is a tough fight for Peter, and he's like, man, I'm having to go all out. Like, it kind of reminds me of like the first time Spider-Man like fought Morlun, where he kind of had to go all out, and he was having this tough fight, and he's like not having to choke back the blood and all that, this and that, and he's having to like uh uh there's a line where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to do this uh um I'm gonna eject full web cartridges and it'll hit impact, and I'm gonna call the bomb or otherwise known as a month of my salary, because this is because it's so expensive to make this web fluid, I guess. And like there's a lot of quips and a lot of references, like modern day references, that I'm like, oh wow, interesting. I did not expect these references. Like, you know, oh, what's one? Uh, there's like a Love Island reference.
Okay.
I think he's talking about something. So they're talking about something horrifying or whatever, and they mention like something to do with Love Island, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. There's a lot of like, yeah, a lot of weird references. But yeah, there's a lot of like Lord of the Rings jokes he makes against this dude. But yeah, I'm like, I guess I'm halfway through this. Like, oh, Black Cat's just gone apparently. Like he like Black Cat just like dips. I guess I don't know. They were about to actually get it on, and then like something happens and he's like, oh dang.
Always.
Because she's flirting with him, and he's like, well, he's like, she's like, how's that nurse you're with? And he's like, well, we're not exclusive. And then it like cuts to black, or it cuts to someone else. It's like the equivalent of cutting to black, where it goes to the next scene where it's another person doing something else, and you're like, oh shoot, are they gonna? And then it comes back to them, and they're like, oh man, right before I was about to really put the moves on you. And but yeah, so there's a lot of like me learning like, what's this, like, because I haven't read Spider-Man in a long time, so there's a lot of stuff where I'm just like lost. But thankfully some things are being explained, at least at this very beginning, of the very beginning of the renumbering, because I guess they're expecting new people. That's why they're having like Spider-Man talk to Norman Osborn and explaining who Itsy Bitsy is,
Makes
for
sense.
example. Yeah, so at least that's something. But yeah, this was hard. It was really good though. I was just like, hey, it's a renumbering. Let me read this and get caught up, and then at least and then I can go on from there, and then fill in the gaps from stuff before, because I've been hearing about Spider-Man the last couple years, and it's some bizarre stuff, Stuart. There's some weird stuff going on with
I
Spider-Man.
I always think like, oh, I should get back into reading Spider-Man, and then I never do.
Yeah.
Like I was reading Ultimate. Like I read like the first like couple issues, and then I just didn't, just kind of stopped.
Yeah, okay, see, this is I'm looking at this number 7, but underneath is legacy number 971. So yeah, when 1000 comes up, they're definitely gonna like, oh, it's the 1000th issue.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna make a big fuss. Yeah. But yeah, besides that, um yeah, that's the one I'm currently reading through. Besides that, well, I guess the only other thing I have I'll quickly talk about is I've been watching season 2 of High Potential. That's the Caitlin Olsen show. The was it who's from Always Sunny?
Oh. Okay. Where she's okay.
Yeah, where
I know
she's
what
like
it is.
a 160 IQ, and she ends up she becomes a consultant. It's one of those procedural
She's basically
shows,
Sean
but yeah, but
from Psych.
which is the funniest part was the season finale was directed by the actor who plays Sean from Psych. He actually directed the season finale of season 1.
Cool.
So people are like, "Oh man, there should be a crossover," But was it season 1? There was like this game master serial killer type thing, and it goes into season 2. Like they don't solve it at the end of season 1. It carries on for a couple episodes in season 2, and there's a lot of other mysteries, and it's just it's a fun show. She's great. She's very good at the role. She's you know it's good to see her as a non-despicable character, because in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, those are just the scum of the earth characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just not good, like. But
Yeah, I've definitely seen clips of this on TikTok, and it definitely looks interesting and something I would watch.
yeah, it's pretty fun. It's on Hulu, by the way.
I see that.
They're on the mid season, or they're on the winter holiday hiatus, whatever. They had the mid season finale, so it's like not going to come back till like I think January something. But season 1's all out, and that's really good. But yeah, I'd highly recommend that. That's a pretty good show. I wanted to watch a movie that came out on Amazon Prime, Playdate, but I didn't get around to watching that. I'll definitely watch it by next time. That's the Alan Ritchson, Matt Taylor, Kevin James movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that.
That looks fun. That looks like a fun movie. Yeah, I'm still getting those Matt Taylor TikToks, and I'm just like,
I got
where's
one
this
today.
going?
I got one today.
Where's this going? Like,
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
is he just messing with us? Like, just for the lulz? Like, or is this actually clever marketing? Like, it feels too good to be actual marketing, like for a project. It just feels too clever.
It's too long.
Yeah.
Like I'm just waiting for him to say, "I'm getting married," and like, okay, no, this is gonna be Solo Mio. Like this is a lead up to Solo Mio.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe. But it's just like you said, it's so long. Like, and it's just confusing people. Like the amount of people I've seen on TikTok who are just like frustrated by this. It's hilarious. It doesn't frustrate me. I think it's funny that people are frustrated by it, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, the play date is Alan Ritchson and Kevin James, their fathers and their boys are become friends, and I guess like Alan Ritchson gets like he's like it feels like it's like spy stuff that's going on, and they're caught up in stuff, and they're having to you're getting, yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
know how. I've never heard of this news outlet, so I don't know how reliable it is.
Yeah, I have never heard of it either. But anyways, Playdate looks pretty good. I thought this was going to be a movie to actual theaters. So when I saw, oh no, it's actually a Prime Video, like I was like, oh, okay, cool. awesome. I can watch that like now, which I'll probably watch it tonight. And so I'll be able to talk about it next time. But yeah, besides that, I just been watching random stuff, rewatching things, here and there. Nothing important. So we can wrap things up.
I do have
Be
one
sure
question
to.
I want to get
Go ahead.
your take on, though. Did you see what Steam announced recently?
The new Steam machine or the VR thing?
Both.
Or both, yeah. It seems interesting, yeah. I mean, like they're trying to go after the consoles, like,
I'm curious what the
and they're
price
the
is
ones
going
to
to be.
do it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious what the price is going to be.
Yeah, their Steam machine, they said it's like 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, which is like, okay, what does that really mean? Like, what is the? Because the Steam Deck, like, okay, yeah, Steam Deck can play a lot of games at like 720p or like not quite 1080 type stuff. So it's like what I don't know. But yeah, it's a smart move because like if you can get if you can get console players to switch over to something like that, because you also have the allure of because when I used to be a console player, and I dabble in PC, I was aware of the Steam sales, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like that's one of the biggest like draws of PC gaming because there's nothing like that console wise. They never have any sales that come close to those.
Yet there's nothing console wise yet, because there's rumors that the next Xbox is going to be very very much that, and with Microsoft's partnership with Steam, that Steam is going to be on the next console. That makes
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm saying like Microsoft and Sony don't have sales
right
for consoles at the insane discounts as Steam does. That's what I meant,
Yes, you're right.
as far as
but
that goes.
if Steam then joins like the console market basically, but also is partnering with Microsoft, that's just going to piss off Microsoft.
You mean Sony?
No, Microsoft, because like, oh,
If they're partnering with Microsoft, that's going to piss
yes,
off Microsoft?
yes, because they want exclusive. We are the only ones you can get Steam on on our console.
I mean, what Microsoft wants is they want more devices in people's hands that can access Game Pass. That's what their ultimate goal is. They want everyone to subscribe to Game Pass, especially since they increased the price to $30 a month for the ultimate version. It was a 50% increase.
I unsubscribed from Game Pass.
I
when
did
that
as
happened.
well. I did as well.
Oh no! Anybody who stayed, you get to keep your regular price for a while, and then we'll hike up the price.
I had already canceled by then. I was mad.
I had also already been out by then. I'm like, fuck you.
I was a little mad. I was a little mad at that. Yeah, because I was like, oh damn it, I had already canceled, and then y'all say that's some BS. But yeah,
it was gonna go up for us, if we kept it eventually anyway.
After like a few months, but yeah, like at the price it was, and there was ways to get it a little cheaper too, here and there. But it was all right to have because you would get day one stuff, and I liked having Game Pass because they're all the stuff I didn't expect that I would see on Game Pass that would pop up, games like Vampire Survivor, for instance.
Sure, like they'd be like, oh, I'll play that game for a little bit. I've seen it. Okay, I'm done. And what if not? I wouldn't want to play enough for a purchase.
Yeah, but
like it actually saved me from buying some games, and
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But 30 bucks a
Like
month?
oh,
No.
this game is actually bad. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna continue playing this game at all.
Yeah. But yeah. 30 bucks a month is just that's outrageous.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I don't like the new Steam controller.
I don't either. It looks bulky.
That and the sticks are parallel.
Yeah, they went with the PlayStation layout.
Yeah. Like yeah, I just like the offset. It just feels more
If you
comfortable.
it
At
feels
least for
yeah
me.
yeah no I'm with you with that.
And then what it has two
You can still use
touchpads?
that. That makes sense. I mean, they're just
I
taking
guess,
what's
yeah.
on the Steam Deck and just squishing, just taking out the screen, putting it.
Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess, you know. But yeah, like I said, Microsoft, their main thing is they want as many devices on Game Pass as they can, and they, you know, like because they want people to subscribe to Game Pass. They want people to be like, "Oh, yeah, you want Call of Duty? Hey, instead of paying 70 bucks or, you know, a month or 70 bucks for it one time, you know, you could that could be part of your Game Pass. You know, you could take that money, put it towards Game Pass, and you know or
You know,
all these
instead of
other.
$70 at one time, you can play us $360 for over the entire year.
Yeah, I did see there are some like sites that have deals because I guess Black Friday's coming up, and but it's still like 200 and something dollars for a year of Game Pass. I'm like, oh, that still seems so much. Like,
Yeah.
yikes. The VR thing, I haven't really looked too much into the VR thing just because, like, I got my VR like last year, and I don't want to like
Yeah.
be like, I don't want to see something that's way better if it is better or whatever. And
What What's interesting to me with that VR thing though is it's going to be like while you can play things directly on the headset, you can also stream it from your PC, and they're using the 6 gigahertz band of Wi-Fi instead of 2.4 or 5. So I'm like, nothing uses 6.
yeah, I was about to say, but nothing uses 6. Yeah, so
So there'll
yeah.
be no interference, and also that's increased, bandwidth.
But is there going to be a receiver to the PC
Yes,
that
yeah.
it comes with, or is it
There's a
gonna is it
there's a
hoping
dongle.
you okay? I was like, or are you hoping it's gonna you're gonna have are you just gonna have a PC with Wi-Fi? Yeah,
There's a dongle.
okay, yeah. I mean, with mine,
Depending on the price, I might pick it up.
with mine I can stream from the PC, and I have no issues. It's gonna be pricey though, I think.
The headset's going to be pricey. Everybody's thinking like, oh, this and the Steam machine's going to be like $400. No, it's a PC. I'm guessing it's going to
Yeah,
be like it's not going to be console priced. Like that's everybody's expecting to be, competitive console price. It's not gonna. We're looking at,
I mean,
I'm guessing at least 1200.
I don't know if it's gonna be that much. Maybe. Well, I don't know I don't know exactly this. I'm just going based off of like what the little bit I heard of like, oh, it's gonna be this times powerful than the Steam Deck. I'm thinking like maybe like 800 I could see, like 799. Still more expensive than a console, but
Actually, I think there is a console that I think one of the consoles is that high.
is there one that high? Wow.
I think it's the Xbox.
Oh, I thought the most expensive console was 699. Wow.
Oh no,
Because you have the
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
you have the upgrade, you have the hardware is more powerful than the Steam Deck, but it's not like handheld size. It's not mobile size parts. It's more closer to desktop. Closer to actual PC format. Plus, you don't have to worry about screen. And the form factor. Like so, I would think somewhere closer to around 800, give or take 100.
I
Yeah, over
definitely think I
1,200.
definitely
That
expect it to be
feels.
more expensive than a console for sure.
I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. Like, how would you how could you draw people in if it's, that
Well,
expensive?
they also don't know the price because they don't know how much parts are going to be. So
Yeah.
that's probably why they have not given us a price, because they're waiting until they're about to launch it to give us a price.
Yeah, just it it'll be interesting, but maybe it'll play out better this go round than the last time we had Steam machines.
I think it will, because I feel like last time we had Steam machines, it wasn't marketed very well. This time, it feels like it is.
Yeah, but yeah, I, we'll see. Yeah, then and the last time it was like every computer manufacturer was making their own.
That's also true.
Yeah, it's like you had the Dell version, or you had the HP, or you had like so. It was kind of everywhere, and wasn't quite this just being like it's just one thing. That definitely helps toward. Yeah, that definitely is enticing. I could see it being enticing for a console user to make a switch. But like if you're right about the price, then it's like twice the price of a console. That would be a hard sell to get the average console
I
player.
think I think so too, especially because like you can't like but you're not like, even though it's like it's a mini PC, but at the same time it's not, because you can't upgrade any of it except
Yeah,
memory.
and storage probably. Yeah.
So like you're stuck at like a console, like a console rebuying cycle, but with a PC price. That sucks.
Yeah. But the difference is like, you got a PC like you have a PC that's like 5 years old. It's gonna run a lot better. It's gonna have, you know, it's gonna have longer lifespan than a 5-year-old console will,
Maybe.
because not only are the parts probably at the same time when they both came out at the same time, but the parts are probably a little more powerful. But with PC, you can tweak things, lower things as much as you want, to be able to still play games.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, I think the newer consoles they have like very basic, like, oh, you can play this in performance mode versus
Right.
graphical mode, and
Yeah,
that's like it. You know?
that is like, you know, PCs have, you know, options where
Yeah.
consoles do not.
It's like, oh, I can't play everything on Ultra now, but I can still, this is my 7-year-old PC, but I can't play everything on Ultra, but it can still play maybe some things on high, but most things on medium, which is like equivalent to a lot of consoles. Like,
Yeah.
so that's where I feel like the lifespan for something like this could be better, is the fact that, it is PC based, so you're able to like tweak things as much as you want. And for me, I a lot of stuff I turn like shadows off, or I
Mm-hmm.
turn shadows down, because that doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't it doesn't affect my immersion or anything like that, but it frees up a lot of resources on the system,
Sure
not
does.
having to render the
Shadows
shadow.
cost a lot.
Yeah.
Shadows cost a
Or,
lot.
foliage. I won't turn it down to like off or anything crazy like that, but I'll like turn it down a little. I don't need the trees to look like super realistic. As long as they look,
Like a
as long
tree.
as I'm not like, yeah, as long as they look like a tree and I'm not like distracted by the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. Just stuff like that I do. Just to help make sure I get the most FPS I can. And oh, that's another thing too. Like, I wonder what the, I wonder what the FPS capabilities of these will be. Will it be like PC, where
From what
theoretically,
like people who have played it and stuff, they're all saying 60 frames. Like whenever they're talking about like what it's playing at, it's all like, oh, you know, 4K at that 60.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, if you want to turn it to 1080, like, how many frames can you
They're
get, type
not
of thing.
they're not saying,
So
and they
it's a
might not,
PC.
and they might not
Yeah.
have been able to see that.
Yeah. Like, with the console, with the new consoles, you could get, I think you can get up to 120 frames,
Mm-hmm.
but like, with this new like Steam machine, if you got like a 300 hertz monitor, can you tweak the graphics down low enough to where you can actually get that for like competitive gaming type stuff, or like,
I
how,
mean,
that's where I'm kind of interested.
it doesn't.
Theoretically, I would think
It
so.
I think it does not have a display port, so maybe not.
Well, what does HDMI 2. We're at 2.2, right?
It's not that. I think. I'm trying to think because I watched a Linus tech tips about it. I think it was 1.2.
Oh, is it only? Well, there's like 6 1.2s though, like 1.2A, 1.2.AB, 1.2. Like, I feel like 1.2. Let's just do regular one. Wait, it's really only 1.2? Wow.
I think that's what he said. Oh no,
And
it
yeah,
does
that
have
might not.
a display port.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. I like display. That's I like my I like my cable to be able to lock in. So the DisplayPort has that lock where it locks it in. You don't have to
Some
worry
do.
about something yanking it.
Yeah.
I've never come across the display that didn't have it, honestly.
Mine doesn't. At least
Really? Wow, okay.
one of mine doesn't.
One of your cables? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyways. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because people really the with the Steam Deck and all these other handhelds, they've really kind of blown up and people have really adopted them. So I guess the next step for Steam would be to do something like, their own console slash desktop gaming PC thing. And
Yeah,
we saw them, we saw them partner with we saw how it failed miserably because they allowed these other, you know, computer manufacturers to just take what the idea of a Steam machine was and go with it, and that didn't work right at all. So, but when they're the ones who are like, this
yeah.
is by us and us alone, no one else. Things have been pretty good, I feel like. So definitely interesting, interested to hear more. It's not something I'm gonna pick up for sure because
Again,
I
depending on the price, I don't know.
well, the VR you said, yeah, but the Steam
Well,
machine, you're
even
not gonna pick up a
even
Steam
even
machine.
even the Steam machine, I down,
you, you just got a
there's
new PC.
well, there's a lot of times I'm downstairs. I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to just sit on the couch right here and just recline and just play something.
Get a Steam Deck for that then. or,
I hate handhelds. I don't like
yeah,
handhelds. And I have an Elgato, I don't know, Elgato, an NVIDIA Shield, but there's a latency to where like
yeah,
I can't, I cannot play anything because there's like that half-second delay. I'm not even talking about like like Fortnite or something like that. I'm talking about like I can't even play like I tried to play Path of Exiles. Like I can't even do this.
you see what they need to do. They need to also come out with, since they're using this Wi-Fi 6 gigahertz, they need to also come out with a new Steam Link that uses that.
Well, they're saying
The
that
little
the six
box
gigahertz
Steam
band.
Links.
You're right. The 6 gigahertz band does not penetrate walls, so you have to be in the same room.
Oh, yikes. Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, I guess that's not going to be a widely adopted thing then.
At least not yet. Not until like the technology develops a little bit more.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I love my handheld though. And I've got a basically a was it USB hub that has like HDMI out and all that stuff basically, so I can like hook it up to my TV and just like play on my TV
Yeah.
if I don't want to.
Whenever I played the Switch, it was strictly in docked mode. I never did played it with
Yeah.
handheld mode because I hated it. It sucked. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
don't.
sit com I
Yeah,
cannot sit comfortably with a handheld.
yeah, I get that. Um, yeah, I don't hate the handheld mode for mine, but I also, like I said, I also have it to where I can basically dock it and play on my TV when I don't want to be in a computer chair and play, on my actual PC. And I also have what is it? The what's it called? The like the it I forget what the actual term is. It's like the mic arm, but yeah, it has the thing where you can put your phone or a tablet or
Okay, yeah,
I got one of those like on my bedside, and my handheld, I can just put in that thing, and then I can just have an actual controller. I can just use my Xbox controller because the one I got, it's like the Switch where the controllers, they slide off,
Uh-huh.
and you can, like, they're kind of like the nunchucks or the Joy-Con type,
Yeah.
so I can just take them off, put the put the thing in the holder, and then plug in or connect my controller, my Elite 2 controller, and just play in bed, and it's great. You know.
Yeah, I've got
Um
something like that, but my tablet's in it, and I use it to read at night. That way I can just
yeah, I'm doing that
get up
too, like with
in the
comics.
blankets and just stare at the words.
Yeah, I mostly use that with my tablet, like for comics or YouTube or whatever, when I want something to watch. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have I don't want to have the whole room lit up by my TV type of thing, because I
Yeah.
want to like actually get ready to go to bed, or try to go to bed.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even have TV in my room. I haven't had a TV in my room for years.
Oh wow. Yeah. I don't know. It's just when I got my new when I got my latest TV, I just instinctively put it in my room. Like there was already a wall mount, so it was easy to
Sure.
just you know attach it. But anyways, um, there'll be some gaming news coming soon, though. I don't know if you saw the Game Awards nominees are next week, I think. So that means, I guess, the Game Awards are going to be in like December, maybe.
That's
I
when
don't
they
know when
usually
that
are.
is.
December 11th.
Yeah.
I just looked it up.
So world exclusives. We're gonna get
That's
a
what
lot
it's.
of,
That's what I use it for.
basically, yeah. Hey, watch the Game Awards, and every time they say world premiere, or take a drink.
Take a drink, and you'll be out by midnight.
You'll be sleeping through the whole night. But yeah. Anyways, unless you got anything else, I guess we can
No.
wrap things up.
All right.
Be sure to follow Stuart on okay, there we go. On Blue Sky. He's Casual Terror. I am Will Play Games on Blue Sky as well. I meant to post something the other day. I had a thought, and I was like, I should post this on Blue Sky, and then something happened, and I totally forgot. My ADHD kicked in, and I totally
your
forgot.
your dog barked, and yeah, it was gone, and the thought was gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That happens a lot. Like the other day I got up, I left my room, went to the kitchen, couldn't remember why I left my room, came back, got on my phone, and then was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to do this." And because I guess
Yeah.
something on my phone reminded me, of why I got up in the first place. It's like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to check, this, or clean out my fridge, or something." There was something, but yeah. But yeah, I'm just, man, I am so forgetful. It's just, can't blame age, because that's my ADHD. I've always just forgotten what, went to do something and just totally was like, what was I doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyways, also follow Stuart on twitch.tv/casual terror. Give him a follow, and yeah, you give him a subscription.
Yeah. You mean
Subscribe.
sure?
Yeah, I just renewed mine.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I think it's about time. Like, let me look. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Because Stuart, he'll stream stuff, and whether it's our D&D or he'll just feel like streaming something he's playing, and you know, our game. I don't know. I don't know what games are coming out. Like it's typically it's the season where new games are releasing, right? But I really haven't heard much of anything
I haven't even
besides like
looked.
the big stuff, like Black Ops 7 came out today and Battlefield came out whenever it did, and the big stuff like that, but like I don't really know too much else. Like
I'm coming out. I'm looking at a list. I didn't even know that Black Ops 7 came out today.
yeah, which is it's still like I'm still can't believe that this is the first time we've had it to where it hasn't switched. Because Black Ops 6 was last year, so Black Ops 7 Black Ops 7 is this year. Typically, it's like a different studio will do the next Call of Duty. You know,
Who knows?
they always switch. I think this is the first year where it's like back to back Treyarch, and I'm kind of like interesting.
Nothing is jumping out at me. Except for Player Unknown had something coming out. What?
What? That's different.
Called Prologue. Go Way Back. It's like a survival game.
Huh. Oh, I want to request request access for the playtest for Kaiju Cleaner Simulator. That could be fun.
Oh, there's a solo leveling game coming out.
Yeah, I did play the trial or beta or whatever of that, like back when that came out, like a while ago. Steven and I actually both tried it out. This was like beginning of the year, I feel like. It's interesting. It seems like there's a lot to it. Anything else worthwhile?
Nothing really stood out to me. Like, kind of meh.
Yeah. Seems, yeah. That's interesting. Cause yeah, this is normally the like crazy time for gaming. At least it has been in the past. But
Yeah.
guess I guess the last couple years it hasn't really been as crazy as it was in the past, because we're not getting like an Assassin's Creed every year, or Call of Duty every year, or well, Call of Duty every year, but like on top of,
Yeah.
a new Bethesda game, and then a new this game, and yeah.
There's a Marvel game coming out, though.
Is it the fighter one?
Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Uh, I thought that was already out. Interesting. Okay.
It's coming out on the 1st.
Hmm.
Looks like a beat 'em up, maybe? Like a retro beat 'em up?
Ah. That's something, I guess. But yeah, um, feel free to, or be sure to follow Stuart on Twitch, and if you got Amazon Prime and you're looking for someone to subscribe to, use it on him.
I'll take it.
Yeah. If anything, just so you can watch our D&D stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun. I'm having a blast. I'm glad I was able to get one of my friends to join us. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's been nice having a third player, or a second player, I should say. A third person.
second actual player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you guys just entered the ice tower, so.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I was trying to get him to find someone, like, because he knows people, and I'm like, hey, why don't you find someone? You know people who play D&D. Come on now. But anyways, but yeah, with that, I guess we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animals will harming this podcast.
That's right. That should have been out. To upcoming releases and top wish lists. Slay the Spire 2. That's right. That should be out right now. If it wasn't for the stupid delay. Oh, I'd be putting all my time into that. See, I think the number one game I've played on my Legion Go has been Slay the Spire. I mean, there's a point where I was doing like because they have daily runs where they're just randomized runs with random mods and stuff like that, modifiers and stuff, and I would just do that every day, like when the reset, because the reset would be like 7 at night or whatever. So I would just do that, like I'd do a run every day. Sometimes it'd go successfully, sometimes it'd be unbeatable, Listen, I have Slay the Spire on PC. I think I have it on Xbox, and I even have it on mobile. I even bought it on my phone because I'm like, hey, if I'm stuck somewhere and I can play it on my phone, I'm down for it. It's one of my favorite games. I love that game. Oh, that's right. I need to check out there's what's it called? The cooking, I think the demo for it's like Slay the Spire, like, but it's like for cooking. It's cooking based. What is that called? I remember sending you when I saw it first announced. I'm like, it's like this game
I
was
kind
made
of
for me.
remember.
It's let me actually open Steam up because I think I have it wish listed. I was just on the web browser right now looking at the new stuff, but come on, Steam, open up. Where's wish list? There it is. I never know where wish list is. I always like.
It's under store.
I distinctively want to go under where, like, like where it says like your profile stuff, because I feel like for some reason
I feel like it
always
was
feel like
there.
Maybe that's it. Okay, yeah.
I feel like it was there, but
Arcane
it's not.
Eats. That's what it's called. Arcane Eats. Yeah, the demo's out. I need to watch. Yeah, but it's like, yeah. It's like a card game, like Slay the Spire, but you're like, it's based around cooking and food and stuff. And yeah, it's like made for me. Oh, that doesn't come out till next year either. We only have the demo. That's sad. Wish list. Yeah, I got that. Slay the Spire 2 on my wish list. I want those games so badly. Oh, I need to pause this. I think. Mm, no, that comes out. What is that? Oh, I think the original date was your birthday, but I think they upped it a day. The Deadpool VR game comes out on the 18th. I think originally it was the 19th. I was thinking of picking that, but it's like full priced, I think. And I don't know if I want to pay that much for, because a lot of VR games are like 30 or $40, you know. They're not like full 60,
Right.
$70 because they're not as long as a normal game, you know, like game is. That on paper, Neil Patrick Harris voicing Deadpool sounds good, but like uh, the trailer, his performances have been, I don't know, something about them it's kind of felt a little flat to me. Not as excited as you would feel like a Deadpool would be, you know?
Uh huh. I don't know. I've not looked into it at all.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like, at least in the trailers, it kind of almost sounds like he sort of is phoning it in, type of stuff. Let me get back to playing more Beat Saber, though. That's fun. That's really fun. Especially, was I like, I forget the term, like jailbroke or hacked or whatever terminology you want to use, and got like all kinds of random weird songs. Like, you know, I've, I've got the head chala, like
Uh huh.
Dragon Dragon Ball
From,
song.
from Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I just got some random weird songs that I'm like doing Beat Saber too, you know, having fun. It's a workout too. Like it really is.
I bet.
But I love it because it scratches that like Guitar Hero slash DDR itch,
Sure.
of like hitting the thing at the appropriate time, the music plays. Type, I don't think I have. I don't know if they're still doing NBA stuff or not. I haven't seen anything. I wonder if that fizzled out. I hope not. there's an Attack on Titan VR game. Oh wow. And see,
Sure.
that's only $8. That's only $8. That's reasonable. Oh, Resident Evil 4. That makes sense. They love remaking that game for everything. Yeah, I want to play D&D in VR. That's what I want. No.
That exists, but I'm not setting it
Yeah.
up.
It'd be so much fun. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think like the closest thing is what's it called? It starts with the D. Demio.
Yeah, I'm sure there are ways to do that. Yeah, but also, I mean, also tabletop simulator. I think
Yeah.
that has a VR version or is VR compatible. Yeah.
Well, Demio is like a tabletop like game. You can play in VR, but also you can play with that mount with the standard non VR. And it's card based. There you go.
No. It's not every. It's not. Just because a game is card based doesn't mean I'll absolutely love it. There have been some card games that I just couldn't get into, like what was it? Oh, don't touch my stream deck. Um, my dog is like stretching out on my desk, and I'm like, don't hit the button. But was it Monster Train? I think that's one. Is it? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Something train like that. There's even a second version of it. But yeah, it's like it's kind of like Slay the Spire, but slightly different. Um, yeah, it is Monster Train. Okay. You know what? I need to play. That I got for free when I got my that came with my Quest was the Batman Arkham game, the VR one.
Oh
That
yeah,
just came for free bundled with it. I need to actually play
totally.
that.
Backyard
Yeah,
Basketball '01 is free to play.
need to need to make sure I take a handful of ibuprofen 30 minutes before I start playing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and the Spider-Man, like, he makes a joke about like, oh man, I gotta take some ibuprofen right now, like, and get at this. And I'm like, oh, I hear you. Although for you, I don't think that's more of a joke than anything, because that probably wouldn't do anything for Spider-Man.
Right. Did you ever play any of the backyard games?
I think so. Though that was on 360, right?
I honestly don't know. It was late 90s.
Oh, 90. I thought there were backyard games for like they're the little not blocky, but like circular blocky, right? Characters. Am I thinking of the right thing?
I mean, they're pixels. They're round.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, round. Yeah.
There were some backyard uh, games on the Xbox.
I thought so, yeah.
Oh, but they don't look like.
Backyard Baseball 97 is on Steam.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Like I was just saying,
Yeah.
backyard basketball is free.
Oh, I love me some basketball.
Yeah, 97, 98, 99, and 01. Backyard
Spe-
baseball. Oh, wait,
Especially when
no.
my team's doing so well and the national media is like so frustrated because we're doing so well. They don't want us to do well because we're in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's
it's
what made me
it's
ask you if you played it because I saw that it was free.
nice. I'll have to add that then. Oh, wait, the backyard basketball 01. Yeah, at the library. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at upcoming stuff.
Well, I think I'm gonna get some to eat.
Alrighty,
So I will talk to you on Sunday.
sounds good. Later.
Later. And thank you all for watching. And see you next time. Bye, y'all. Yeah, am I still streaming on things? I think I am. Yep.